Hi everybody, Marty Rubin back for a very special segment of Marty's Corner. It's been a while, I'll tell you that. We have some very familiar faces here. Let me just quickly introduce, and then we will get back to talking to them. To my left, the Artistic Director of the Argyle Theater, Evan, Mr. Broadway Pappas. All right, and to my right, we have Dylan Perlman and Mark Perlman, the dynamic duo, the famous father and son, owners of the Argyle Theater. And before we get started, I just want to reach out to everybody and tell everybody this has been a challenging 16 months for all of us. We hope that you and your loved ones have navigated your way through this crazy period, and that you're healthy and looking for a wonderful year this year. So we thought this was a great opportunity to talk about what's coming up. The Argyle Theater is back.
We're back.
This is exciting. The Argyle Theater is back. Evan, let me start with you first.
Sir.
There's a rumor going around that a couple of months ago there was skywriting over a Long Island City building, okay, where you lived, that said, Mr. Broadway, it's time for Broadway to open.
Yeah,
Did that happen?
I paid for that, yeah. No.
That did not happen.
Can I just say you're the only one here in a tie? Well done, Marty Rubin.
I'm just
As
trying
always.
to.
I'm the only one in shorts.
Just trying to represent,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
But Evan, this was a crazy time. So, somebody like yourself who's so creative, like, where do you get? What do you do as far as your creative juices when there's so much downtime and for these last 16 months?
I won't lie to you. The first couple of months, March, April, May, 3 months, there was nothing. Suddenly everything came to a halt, as we all know. And I got really good at the New York Times crossword puzzle. I watched a lot of Netflix. I am done with that, I hope. Nah, I doubt it. It made me say, well, maybe this is retirement. I don't know what's coming next. And then suddenly the phone rang and things got busy, and I learned how to be a filmmaker. I learned cinematography. I learned how to edit. I love editing. It's cool. I did a couple of shows from Manhattan School of Music, and we filmed all COVID guidelines, everything. We all involved. We followed all the guidelines, and we filmed The Mystery of Edwin Drood, and now we are in the middle of editing The Drowsy Chaperone for them. And it's perfect timing because now we're opening up our theater again, and I'm done with that.
Yes.
And I can come here, and I'm getting busy like that again. And it's nice to get the juices flowing again.
Yes.
It's hard, we theater people. I've been in this business for 800,000 years, and it's hard for me not to be in a rehearsal room. It's hard for me not to be in tech rehearsal. It's hard for me not to be around other artists. Be it the creative team, the actors, the stage management, the front of house. It's hard for me not to be around that.
Evan,
and now we're doing it.
Live theater. Your two favorite words.
I always say
right?
live theater is my two favorite words. Yep.
Well, we're glad you didn't retire. We're glad you didn't retire.
We couldn't let this man
Not yet.
retire.
You're back.
Not yet.
That night, Dylan and Mark, you guys put your heart and soul into the Argyle Theater. We opened in 2018,
And it was several years before that.
yes, and
Putting
all the
together.
years of putting things together.
We started
6-7
years ago.
What does it feel like to be back for both of you?
Well, I said it in several interviews recently. It's like we had our reopening not so long ago. It may feel like a million years ago, but it wasn't so long ago. This is the grand reopening. It's the great reset for all of us. It really is the grand reopening. You said it before, but it can't be said enough. The Argyle Theater is back. And it was a devastating, challenging year, obviously for everyone, but particularly for us and for those in our industry. And it's just so thrilling to be back.
Oh, it is.
Well
it
said,
really
though.
is.
We knew we were going to be coming back. We just didn't know when. So we worked very hard to get everything in motion, everything we possibly could. We kept in touch with our staff and actors and others. We read about what was going on, followed what's going on, with the state and with the government and with equity and all these different areas. And now we're super excited. We had our first show. We actually had our reopening this past Saturday night, Joplin's Pearl. It was so beautiful to see so many happy people. Marty and I, again, shaking hands at the end of the night.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Thanking people for coming, hearing how much they were thrilled that we were open again, how much they can't wait to come back to additional shows. So the juices are flowing. We're moving.
That's great. So we're setting our schedule. We have events this summer leading into the start of our season, which we're going to talk about. But I'd like, Evan, if you could talk about one particular event that you have put together that is sure to be a crowd pleaser.
August 14th. I'm so damn excited. We're calling it Welcome Back, a Starry, Starry Night at the Argyle Theater. And I've managed to assemble, I wished I could have assembled everybody through the last 2 seasons, our first 2 seasons, impossible. But I've assembled quite an array of some of our best stars who are going to come back and sing songs from the shows they did. And we're also going to present a song or 2 from the next season of shows. And in that season, what's exciting is we have Joy Iconis and Robert Kiki, who have written Punk Rock Girl, which we are doing the world premiere of here on the Argyle stage. And they will be here to do a little section from that show too, to give us a little teaser for next season. And we're thrilled about that. And already the press is out. I'm seeing social media, I'm seeing we have a lot of locals who will be coming back to perform. It's getting, the buzz online is pretty exciting right now. So, and it's going to be a lovely,
It's going to be a great night.
Get
fun
that ticket.
evening. Yeah.
Get that ticket. You're going to be seeing the stars of the shows that you loved, and you're going to be able to see them do some of the same songs, and it's just going to be a marvelous night. Great reunion for us.
While we're talking about events, why don't you give us an idea what's coming in July and August?
We've got a lot of great things coming up this summer. Long Island Comedy Festival through Paul Anthony. We're going to have comedy shows this coming weekend, Friday and Saturday night, and also on August 20th and August 21st. So that's 4 comedy shows. We've got an interactive musical improv comedy on August 6th coming from Manhattan. It should be LMAO. We've got Bat Boy Returns, the Yankee Miracle. Ray Negron, who's been with the Yankees over 40 years, is going to come and tell his amazing story. He's been here before, and I suggest if you love anything about baseball, the Yankees, or just a miracle about a kid's life that could have gone a whole different direction, come down and see Bat Boy Returns. We've got Nikki Torres and the Gloria Estefan Tribute Band. Nikki has a band that rocks. She goes out into the audience, and it's an amazing. If you like the music, come on down. It was a great show the first time. We've got, I'll finish up mine. The 28th, August 28th, we've got a dual show with Fleetwood Mac and Refugee, a Tom Petty band. We're bringing these guys back for our 3rd performance. They've been great. They're going to continue. They're performing all over the place now. We're lucky to be able to have them. And come on down on August 28th and see this amazing show. There's another show as well.
Yes. Before we get into the season, there's one more event, August 27th. Very special event. Stephen DeAngelis, a very well-known promoter all over the country, has put together a special Broadway night. These are stars that are going to be starting their shows in September and October in New York City. We have the star of that's playing Maria in West Side Story. We have the star of Book of Mormon. We have the lady that's playing Diana in the Diana musical. We have a gentleman that's one of the leads in Tina Turner. We have somebody from Moving Out. I mean, so it's going to be unbelievable up close in the intimate surroundings of the Argyle Theater to see these special stars. So August 27th, get your tickets. Dylan, what about the season, the 2021-22 season?
Well, we are finally going to be able to close out our 2nd season, which sounds a little crazy, but we will have Cabaret returning to our stage, which I have to say was directed by our artistic director here.
I am gonna say it's so beautiful, this production, and if you can see some of the set here, designed by my friend Audrey Wong, and she's designed a couple of operas for me. She's designed 2 shows here for me. She just won the Moliere Award, which is the equivalent of the Tony Award in Paris during the pandemic for an opera she did over there. So we are so lucky to have my friend Audrey Wong and her fine work here on the stage. Go ahead.
But it's a beautiful production. It unfortunately was cut short. We had just opened the show. We got 4 performances in mid-March of 2020, and it has been like a time capsule here at the theater with the set, the costumes, the props, all the elements of the show lying in wait for us to reopen. And so we're thrilled about that. Come on down, see Cabaret this fall. And then that'll lead us into our long-awaited 3rd season, the 2020-2021 season. We kick it off this holiday season with Elf the Musical, which is going to be unbelievable. Bring the whole family for that one. And then we have our first original musical here on our stage. Evan, you alluded to it before. We will have the world premiere of Punk Rock Girl here in January and February. leading us right into everyone's favorite, Mamma Mia, next spring, followed by Buddy, the Buddy Holly story, in May and June here at the Argyle. Next summer will be a summer of Footloose, so come on down and enjoy that one. And then we close out our third season next fall with An American in Paris. So it's really,
It's a great season.
That's
maybe a
very
little
exciting.
biased, but it's an unbelievable season. I know we're all super excited for it. And just to get back into producing shows and seeing people loving the art that is created here, it's so exciting and thrilling.
And let's not forget, we've got children's theater coming. We're not 100% about some of it, but the plan is, I can say it, we're going to try and have The Wizard of Oz back, and The Happy Elf, and a couple others that are still being in the works. We've got our Children's Academy of the Arts and going on right now. If you want to go to the second session, musical theater teaching is wonderful with Kate Keating and her staff, and also classes in the fall. So take a look at argyletheater.com if you want to learn anything about what's going on at the Argyle.
And we'll be continuously adding events and updating everyone about just all the happenings at the theater here. Come on down for our season ticket holders. It's time. Get
Yes.
those season tickets in place. Our box office is open. You can call, email, go on our website. Come and renew your season tickets, or come and be a new season ticket holder. We're excited for it.
Yes. So thank you so much for spending a little time with us. You'll be hearing a lot from us, and we can't wait to see you back at the Argyle Theater.
Thank you, Marty.
We're back.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you, Marty.
Thank you, everybody.